Hi, and welcome to our body weight training. If you do have 1 to 2 pound weights or kilogram weights, bring them. If you don't, you can always grab 2 bottles of water, and it just gives you that added resistance that really pushes your upper body muscles that we're going to be working today. So grab a mat, grab a towel, grab a drink, and again, if you've got weights, grab them. And let's get started on your all over body training with me, Tulsi, today. So just planting yourself with your feet hip distance apart, yeah? In this position, I just want you to tilt your head to the left side and then tilt your head to the right. And again, just tilt to the one side. Whilst you're doing this, I really want you to pull that navel in, pull that belly button in towards the spine. As you drop your head towards your shoulder, I just want you to relax your opposite shoulder, yeah? Now, a lot of times people hunch up and pretend that they're stretching. So if you had a little bit of an awkward sleep or you feel like you've got a little bit of niggles going on, this is a really nice opener for the neck, releasing any tension around the shoulder. Perfect. Okay, taking those arms and just shoulder rolls up and over, just to release any more tension around that neck, around the shoulders. And really take those elbows up nice and high. Beautiful. So this time, after we're doing a couple more of these, we're going to open up the chest and open up our back at the same time and our shoulders. So what we're going to do is take those arms about corner to corner, come all the way back in, and opposite side. So to the ceiling, to the floor, open up, and just go to a range that suits you. Again, we're still pulling on our belly button, keeping the integrity of that trunk, squeezing the glutes if you can. Beautiful. Okay, taking your hands on your hips, I just want you to take your feet together on this one, okay? So what we're going to do here is lift up our knee and just rotate it around. So it'll require a little bit of balance. We're going to go for 8 here. So just 5 more here. Tucking that belly button in, rotating that knee, taking it all the way around. Last 3, 2, beautiful, coming back in, and same thing, opposite side this time. Now if you're close to a wall, remember you can just take your hand on the wall or a chair if you've got anything quite close by, just to give you that balance, keeping that belly button tucked in, opening up the hips, loosening up any tightness, any niggles that we may have. Last 2, 1 more. Perfect. So this time we're going to go into a reverse lunge. We're going to kick that 1 foot back, just dropping into that back knee, keeping the integrity of our trunk, coming all the way back up, and extend all the way out. Yeah, same leg, same kick back, drop, and raise. Beautiful. So 5 more here. 4, 3, kick that leg all the way back. See if you can get your knee a little bit closer to the floor. Remember, the range of movement will come the more and more you do this. Beautiful. And swap sides. Taking that leg back, pulling that belly button in, squeezing the glutes. Good, last 5. Hopefully your legs are feeling a little bit more warmer. Two, last 1. Okay, so this time we're going to go into a wide-legged stance. We're going to hinge from the hips, yeah? So we're just going to come all the way down. Now, if you're feeling tight on the hamstrings, just give the knees a little bit of a bend. If you can, straighten down to the floor, take those hands into the floor and rotate that left hand up to the sky and hold. Take a deep breath in, take it all the way down. Rotate the right all the way up to the sky. Take it all the way down. We're going to do 6 more on each side, okay? So lift and lower. Keep pulling that belly button in. Lift and lower. Lift. So you're getting a nice stretch in those hamstrings. Pulling our belly button in, rotating, getting a stretch and opener in that T-spine. And if you can, see if you can start to straighten up those knees a little bit more. Remember, go with what you feel you are capable today. And just ease yourself into the range of movement when you feel that you can push your body. Last one, each side. Following the fingertips all the way back down again. Beautiful. Walk yourself all the way back up to standing. I'm going to go into a few squats this time. So feet about mat distance apart. Taking our tailbone in, tucking in, and we're just going to go for 10 squats. Nice big ranges of movement. 8, squeeze that belly button in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. And because we want to get our heart rate up, and we don't normally do this, but I'm going to get you to come onto the mat. Yeah. Sticking those feet out, we're going to go into some mountain climbers, but I really want you to tuck that knee as close as you can to the inside elbow. Yeah. Come back in, and we're going to go for 20 on each side. Nice and high intensity. Off we go. 17, 16, 15, 13, 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Come back up. Now we're starting to get our heart rate up. We're going to go for star jumps. Off we go. 420. 13. Last 10, fast as you can. Beautiful. Back. And if you've got those arm weights, I want you to grab those hand weights. I'm just gonna scoot my mat back just a touch. Okay, so in this position here, we're gonna talk ourselves through it. So we've got 4 to 5 exercises, and we're just going to go for 3 rounds of 20, okay? We'll take the first one as our warm-up, taking the light hand weights, and if you don't have any weights, completely fine, just increase your reps, okay? So in this position, I'm going to take a slight bend to my knees and my hips, yeah? Now, if I were to do in a standing position, normally you'd put a lot of pressure in your lower back. So you've got this option, or you've got a split stance. So all I've done is just scoot my foot back, making sure my hips are even, yeah? So in this position here, I'm gonna come to feet hip distance apart, hands straight forward, yeah? In this position, I want you to widen up, rotate those hands all the way up to the sky, back in again. Now the good thing about that semi-bend to the knee is we're going to try and push our knees away from midline, pull our belly button in, squeeze our glutes, yeah? Not only are we rotating full 180 on each side, we're getting the scapular retraction, we're opening up our chest because we're not collapsing the front side of our body. And hopefully not only are we able to feel this in our legs, we're able to feel it in our glutes, in our abdominals, in our arms. And this is basically what we're going to do, is control the rotation up, control the rotation down. We're not swinging and sweeping our arms like a crazy person, because the whole point of this one is I want you to squeeze the shoulder blade muscle. So when you come up, widen up, reach to the ends of the room as you stretch up to the sky, yeah? So I would really class this as a warm-up, but if you've got any neck issues, any tightness around the neck, any pain around the shoulders, this is a really, really good one to iron out any niggles and get that neck a little bit stronger. So I always find that having that mobility and strength just gives you that little bit of support if you ever do carry tension in that upper body. Good, we've got 5 to go. And as you've noticed, we haven't quickened our pace. What we're trying to do is manipulate and control these movements. You might be feeling in your thighs a little bit more because we've been static in that semi-quarter position for quite a while. Last 2. Beautiful, last one. Your arms should be feeling this one, your shoulders should be feeling this one. So keeping in this position, I'm going to hinge a little bit more here, okay? All I'm going to do is intensify my hands straight forward into a triangle position. I want to semi-bend to my elbows as I reach up, coming all the way back down again. And we're going to go for 20 here. Again, I'm not collapsing my trunk, belly button pulled in. Almost like I'm trying to lift my chest up. And I always like the analogy of soaring like an eagle. I think the eagle is my spirit animal. So I absolutely love eagles and what it represents. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to pull that belly button in, take those knees away from midline, and really draw that belly button in because you're protecting the lower back in this position. Now at any point, if you're feeling your lower back, come into a semi squat position, lunge position. Yeah, so you're just kicking your leg back and it just takes the pressure off of it. So we have 12 to go here. Nice and slow, even slower on the return, forcing yourself against gravity. Last 10, belly button pulled in, chest up. Good, last 6. Getting the heat into the shoulders and the arms, into the midriff. Last 3, 2. Beautiful, hold, 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 hold at the top. Just give it a little bit of a squeeze with the scapula, lift that chest up, and then coming all the way to stand and just shake it out, yeah? Okay, so the only reason I'm turning to the side is I want to keep that bend position. But this time what I'm going to do is angle my elbows together, nice midline, yeah? I'm going to kick my arms back, draw it straight back in. So all I'm going to do is kick them back and imagine you've got a rubber band around both elbows, yeah? And I want you to keep the tension in that rubber band by squeezing those elbows together. So this is where our triceps are going to kick in. And we're really going to feel it the more and more we try and connect to those elbows and those arms, yeah? Imagine they're a magnet trying to draw towards one another as you kick back. And just pause. Remember, every single thing we're doing today is we're using control, we're using our technique to eke out every single bit of worth in this exercise, yeah? Good. 9, 8, keep squeezing those elbows together. So you should be feeling a little bit of heat at the back of the arms. 4, 3, 2, last 1. This time we're going to hold it here and we're going to touch our hands together, yeah? So this is where our triceps are really going to start to fire up. And we're going to feel the fatigue quite quickly on this one, okay? So squeeze the shoulder blades together, chest up, belly button in. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep reaching back and relax. This time, taking those hands into a T position. Nope, we're not resting. We're going to circle here. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Circle those arms, reach for the ends of the room for last 15. Nice small circles, keep the midriff in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause, circle in the opposite direction. Last one, last round. 18, 19, 20. Give those arms a little bit of a shake. Now guys, we've got 20 seconds on the clock, so just have a little bit of a pause. Give yourself a quick, we're gonna do the whole thing again. But this time, because we're used to the movements, we are gonna feel it a little bit more into the shoulders and really get that fatigue into those key areas of the arms, yeah? So all we're gonna do is feet directly underneath the hips, shift your hips back, lengthen the torso, hands straight forward. Take a deep breath in, rotate and up, take it all the way back down again. Now you can just keep looking at the floor of 45 degrees, or you can follow those hands. Gives you a little bit of a neck stretch at the same time, because remember, we're not going straight up, we're angled anyway with our body, yeah? So belly button pulled in. Good, we've got 20 here, yeah? So we've done 5 already. Keep reaching with those arms, stretching up to the ceiling, halfway. Pushing those knees out, squeezing the glutes. 7, 6, 5, nice and controlled, try not to rush it. 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful, going straight into our flies. So taking a deep breath in and widen up, reach to the ends of the room, squeeze the shoulder blades. I want you to really feel like you're squeezing the fleshy muscle in between your shoulder blades, yeah? Imagine you're holding a pencil in there, squeezing everything down and back, taking the shoulders away from ears. Now, if at any point you're feeling fatigued and you want to shake out and just pause, go ahead, completely fine, completely normal. Just come back in when you're ready. And remember, if you need to circle those shoulders to just release any tension, quick circle and shake out those shoulders before you come back in. Okay, last 8. Good. 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Come back in, and this time we're going to bend over. So have that same tilt. Remember, you can split your legs if you feel a little bit more comfortable for your lower back, and kick back with those elbows. Drawing those elbows towards each other, pulling that belly button in. It's almost like you're about to take off, like a plane on a runway. You are taking off. And I wish we were all going on holiday right now. A lot of people have been in isolation for a long time. So let's just dream of a nice exotic getaway as our triceps are burning. Keep pulling that belly button in, squeezing those triceps. Now, thinking of a holiday is a good distraction, because I don't know about you, but the back of the arms are burning. So we've got 10 to go here. Keep squeezing those elbows in, that's where the effort comes in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold up. This time we're going to try and touch the backs of those fingers together. So squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze those elbows. Good, keep pulling that belly button in, chest up, last 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Coming back into shake out in just a second, and extend those arms all the way out and circle. Now what we're going to do is rotate those hands up towards the sky, yeah? So point those fingertips away from you, pulling that belly button in, and palms up towards the sky. You might feel a little bit more into the biceps and triceps here, and a lot more heat into that body. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, circle the other way. The one way circling might be a little bit different than the other, but just stick with me. Keep pulling that belly button in. Keep squeezing the glutes. Everything's nice and solid. Tailbone tucked in. Good. Last 10. 5. Oh, beautiful. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Beautiful. Give those arms a little bit of a shake. Guys, that was amazing. Grab a quick drink just before we get into the next sequence, okay? But good news is this is our last round, yeah? So I'm going to tilt to the side and just give you another version of my arm rotation. So sticking our glutes back, chest lifted, belly button in the whole time. Hands together and rotate. This is our last one now. Sweeping down, pulling it all the way back up. And remember, think of those angles. Glutes back, belly button in, chest lift. The more and more you pull that belly button in, the more and more you are going to feel the core working, taking away any pressure around that lower back. Don't forget, we have the alternative to kick that leg back into a split stance if it feels a little bit more neutral and comfortable. Keep pulling that belly button in. I like looking at 45-degree down because it just neutralizes my spine and neck, yeah? So I'm definitely feeling this in my shoulders now, that third round, pulling everything in. Now that we've got used to this exercise, we just want to pull in that intention. Really focus on sweeping those arms back, squeezing the glutes, pushing the knees away from midline. Let's work some of the lower body. Even though we're working our arms, we're definitely kicking the lower body into gear here. So last 6, last 5, keep squeezing the glutes, belly button in. 4, nice and controlled, try not to rush it. 3, 2 more. Beautiful, last 1. Amazing. Okay, so in this position we are going to go into a fly, belly button pulled in, and just be careful you're not arching your back on this one. Again, if you are, pulling that belly button in, split stance, yeah? I'd rather you take it to a neutral position where you feel you're getting the most of this exercise, yeah? Squeeze the shoulder blades like that eagle soaring. Wingspan is nice and big, nice and wide, and expanding that chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Last 10. Good. 9, 8, 7, 6, slow and controlled. 5, keep pulling that belly button in. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Beautiful. Okay, sweeping those arms back and tucking in and extend. We're going to go for 20 here. Last tricep extensions. Keep pulling that belly button, squeezing the glutes back. Pulling our elbows together like a magnet, drawing each other in. Okay, last 10, 9, 8, 7, keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, this time hold, and touch. Try and touch those fingertips. I don't know about you, but my arms are getting so tired, it's starting to get difficult to now touch my fingers. But this is a good thing. It means that we're targeting the right areas. So 12 here, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Come back up to standing position. Soft bend to the knees directly underneath your hips and shoulders. If it feels comfortable, widen up the stance. So here, arms out wide and big, big circles. 20 one way, 20 the other. Keep pulling that tailbone in, squeezing the glutes. Good, halfway. And in this position, circle the opposite direction. Last 15 here. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Remember, if you start to reduce the diameter of your circle, you are going to feel a little bit more isolation around the shoulders and the arms. So you do you. Find out what works for you. Find out where you can feel that little bit of push towards outside of your comfort zone even. Okay, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of those weights. Great, grab a quick drink, and just before we get into the next sequence, let's get ready. We are going to come up on the mat, and we're going to do 4 lower limb exercises, just like we did with our upper body. Now our knees are a little bit wider than hip distance, yeah? But in this position here, what I want you to do is put those toes together and widen up the knees just a touch more. Now, if you've got any issues with the knees, roll up the mat or just get a towel underneath your knees, yeah? So, similar to what we did last week, our hands are straight forward. Now, if you fancy just grabbing the dumbbells and just holding in place, totally up to you. You can do it with or without. We're going to sit back into our glutes, but make sure our trunk is nice and tall, yeah? Coming straight back up and squeezing our hips. So we're opening up, squeezing the glutes, yeah? We're going to drop down and then squeeze up. So the whole point of this one is it's super, super easy that we're not doing a full squat. But the whole point of this one is I want you to imagine you've stuck a wooden ruler from your diaphragm to your pelvis. And that ruler will not let you flex forward, yeah? So we're not bending forward. We are squeezing the glutes at the top, and the more and more you squeeze and think of the glutes and the hamstrings, the more they are going to engage. Now, if you were like me and you kept your weight in front, you're definitely going to feel this in the shoulders. So remember, you can bring it down if you're feeling fatigued. If you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, take it out in front of you. We've only got 10 to go, yeah? So again, we are not rushing these movements. We are eking out the quality. You can sit back as far as you like, but remember, I don't want you to sit on your heels. This isn't a rest in between. It's just opening up our glutes and squeezing at the top. Now, I don't know about you, but my legs are shaking. Or maybe that's my arms, I don't know. Okay, last 5. Last 4. Listen carefully on the last one. We're going to change it up and kick it up another gear, okay? So last 2. On the last one, we're going to hold position. Hold, hold, hold. Squeeze your glutes. Pull that belly button in for 10, 9, 8. Feel the burn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it all the way up, bring those knees together and kick your right foot forward, yeah? So I just want you to take your left foot back and you're gonna curl the back toes in. We're really gonna push off this right leg, so we're gonna extend that back leg and really come into a nice lean. So top of the head, shoulder, hip, ankle are going to be in a nice straight line if we can possibly get there. So weights are together, nice and close to your body. We're going to drop that back leg in, squeeze that right glute, opening it up. Now, the range of movement depends on you. If you wanted to make it harder, increase the range of movement. If you want to make it easier, just lower it down a little bit more and just reduce that range of movement. So we've got 5 here. Nice and slow down, remember? 2 seconds down, 1 second up. 2 seconds down, 1 second up. This is where we're really going to feel the glutes, the legs. 1 second up. Last 2. Last 1. This time we're going to hold into our lower position. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, feel the burn, 5, 4, 3, 2, drop it down. Take that leg back, just sit into your heels a little bit more, just give yourself a little bit of an opener. And we're gonna go on the opposite side. So the whole point of today is we're not going crazy. We are kicking our left leg out, curling our back toe in, and lift up to the other side. Now if you had a wall next to you, just like I did, if you do fall off balance, it's completely fine. So remember, 2 seconds down, 1 second up. So find a distance that's suitable for you, that you can really feel the outside glute working, the hamstring working, the belly button is engaged. Remember, nice and slow down, big push up. Now the reason that we're doing slow control movements is not only are we trying to extend the length of time in an eccentric movement, and that means lengthening our muscles, we are then including an isometric hold. So we're still wanting to keep the integrity of the exercise, keeping our form as best as possible. Now we're not perfect, we are never going to achieve perfection, but we're trying our best, yeah? Last one, all that talk was just to distract you and me. So hold this position, hold that low lunge, 9, 8, 7, feel the burn, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stand all the way back up, just give those legs a little bit of a shake. This time we're going to go into a deadlift position. Hands on your hips this time, feet hip distance apart, and just like we scooted our bum back at the start of our exercises, I'm going to get you to do the same thing, but this time hands are going to touch along the seam of your trousers. So we're going to lower down, keep the seam of the trousers, feel for the outside of the leg and keep that chest lifted. Come all the way back up. We're going to go for 12 here. Scoot your bum back, lift that chest up, feel for the seam of the trousers. Inhale, pull that belly button in as you lower down, scoot your hips back, chest up, and squeeze your glutes to the top, yeah? Lower with control, coming all the way back up. Now just be mindful about pulling that belly button in. You're trying to keep your back straight for as long as possible. In this position, you are going to feel those glutes, you are going to feel those hamstrings, and definitely trying to keep the integrity of your abdominals, yeah? Last 5. Stand back up nice and tall. 3. See if you can lower down a little bit more past that knee without collapsing your trunk. Last 2. On the last one, we hold. Beautiful. Last. Pull that belly button in. 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And come all the way back up. Our last lower leg exercise, feet a little bit wider, about a shoulder and a half widths apart, yeah? So my toes are going to come into an angle. And all I'm going to do is scoot down and then come back up. Inside, outside thighs, glutes are working, yeah? So take a deep breath in, we're going to pulse down, come all the way back up, down, all the way back up. We're going to go for 20 here before we go into our isometrics. So we've got about 15 left to go. Again, only go to the depth where you feel a nice stretch and you can really push into the ground with the heels. Now we don't want to be leaning too far forward. We want to keep our trunk nice and elevated, belly button pulled in. Remember that wooden ruler? We're not bending it. We're making sure it's taped to our body, and we're trying to keep it as straight as possible for as long as possible. Yeah? Okay, couple more. Stick with me. Imagine you're reaching for the floor, keeping that chest up. 5, 4, 3, smile, 2, last one. Stick with me, hold it to the bottom. And we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it all the way back out, shake those legs out. Guys, we've got one more round of this one, yeah? We're only gonna do 2 rounds of this. And just because you're so heavy isometrically, grab a quick drink if you need to. If you're sticking with me, your knees are a little bit wider than hip distance, toes are together, taking the dumbbells in front of you. Breathe in, squeeze your glutes, scoot back, scoot up, and squeeze your glutes, yeah? Belly button pulled in, everything nice and tight. Keep pulling that belly button in. If you are wanting to work those arms a little bit more, take those arms away from midline and just making sure that you're working isometrically with the upper body. And it almost has you making sure you're lifting up your chest with intention, yeah? So the amount of times that I end up leaning forward because the weight is close to my body means that I am taking away the emphasis of my hips and I'm not opening them up as much. Whereas with my hands straight forward, I'm making sure my chest lifts in line with those weights because they should be a nice height for the chest, a nice aim for when you come up. And it just reminds you to squeeze the glutes and open up those hips, yeah? Last 5. Remember, listen for my cue. We're gonna go into an iso hold, squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, 2, keep that belly button in on the last one, hold. Keep squeezing the glutes. 4, 3, 2, beautiful, come back up. Shifting that right foot forward, left foot curls in and extend that back leg. So really extend it. We're going to keep a bend to our right knee. Lower with control as much as you can, extend. Remember, 2 seconds down, 1 second extend. 2 seconds down, 1 second extend. 2 seconds, 1, halfway. Good. 2 seconds, 1 second lift. 2 seconds, 1 second lift. Last one. Hold it into that bottom position. Really push those knees away from each other. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze that belly button in. 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Drop it down, swap sides. Switch legs, curl that back toe in. Lengthen that back leg. And remember, when you lengthen, you're going to squeeze your glute automatically, yeah? So lower down with control and lift. Remember, this is our last round, so we're not going to do this one again. Let's really eke out the benefits of these exercises. We've only got 4 more reps here. Stick with me. 4, 3, 2. Think of the glutes, think of the belly button. Last one as we lower down for 10 seconds. 8, 6, smile. 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Coming all the way back up to standing. Deadlift position, hands on hips, feet hip distance apart. And we're going to lower down, taking our hands along the seam of the trousers. Stand back up and squeeze your glutes. Belly button pulled in. Keep that chest lifted. Good. Okay, so we've only got 12 here. And I really want you to feel those hamstrings and see if you can lower down that little bit more without compromising the integrity of your straight back. Belly button pulled in. Last 9. Remember, pause at the bottom. Eke out the tension that you have to create with the abdominals. Last 6. Last 5. 4, 3. Good. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Come straight back up. Feet wider than shoulder distance. Probably a little bit about a shoulder and a half distance, basically. Taking those hands straight in front of you, belly button pulled in, making sure that trunk is nice and strong, bending into those knees. See if you can go a little bit deeper this time. We're gonna come straight back up, squeeze the glutes, lower with control. So 20 here, okay? Lower with control, squeeze the glutes, squeeze those knees outwards, point them towards your middle toe. Squeeze the glutes as you come up and lower. So I want you to imagine you're trying to touch the floor, but without bending your upper body, yeah? So we're working the outside of the glutes, we're working a little bit more into the outside of the thighs. You're definitely gonna feel an inside thigh stretch. Okay, halfway. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. 10, 9, smile through it. You guys are doing awesome. 6, 5, 4, 3, keep squeezing the glutes. 2, on the last one, hold it into position and pulse for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful, bring it back out. Shake those legs out. We have 30 seconds for a rest, so give yourself a little bit of a pause, and we are going to come into some core work, okay? So the core, and this is our star crunch. We've got our legs, let me just move the weights out of the way. Our legs up nice and wide, our arms out nice and wide. We can either come up to touch alternating leg for 5 on each side, or if you're coming with me and you want that little bit more pull in that belly button, we are going to hover and then come up, yeah? So if you're doing the advanced one, I want you to hold that control. We're not doing this with momentum. Go for the alternating leg arm. So what we're going to do is, when you're ready, we are going to widen up. So for those who are doing alternating arm leg, off you go, 5 on each side. For those who are coming with me, we're going to lift up and we're going to slow control, bring it up to a boat pose, lower down with control, do not touch the floor. In for 2, slow and controlled, out wide and hold, slow and controlled, in for 3, hold, out wide, 4, in we come, last one. So the benefit of those who are doing single arm, single leg, you can go a little bit faster. For those who are doing the advanced, the slower the better, yeah? The next one, what we're going to do is we're going to actually grab one of our weights, yeah? So I'm going to come to lie down, legs are on top of each other, hips on top of hips, shoulder directly above my elbow, yeah? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up and touch my hand to my feet. Take it all the way down, extend my back arm, and then crunch, yeah? Coming all the way out and crunch. We've only got 2 more here before we swap sides. If you wanted to, you can bend the knee and extend out, yeah? Okay, beautiful, swap sides. So that was a definite oblique burner. Extend those arms, extend those legs, and if you're coming with me, toe touch. Remember, you can bend the knees. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Beautiful. Drop that weight to the side just for a moment, coming into a low bridge. Hold your hips up, fingertips forward or back, whichever you prefer. So we're going to go elbow cross, back in, swap sides. Elbow cross, back in. Elbow cross, back in. Remember, we're going for 5 reps here. So that was 3. Keep those hips up. 4. Elbow nice and high towards the sky as you crunch. Last 1. Beautiful. Okay, laying all the way back onto your back, hands underneath your glutes.
We're going to stretch up with our feet, lower with control. I'm going to hold it into a 60-degree here before I come up to crunch. Yeah, 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come all the way back. We're going to do the whole thing again. Arms out wide. So remember, you're alternating. If you're going for 5, off we go. Last round. Nice and controlled. 2 to go. Beautiful. Grabbing a hold of the weight. Remember, you can do it without it. Your options for this one is keeping the legs straight or bending. Come up and touch, down and lower. Touch and lower. Last 3. Feeling those obliques. 2, 1. Swap sides. Extend that arm, extend those legs, and pulse in for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the weight to the side, coming into that low bridge position. Wherever your hands feel comfortable, rotate, elbow up. Yeah, rotate, elbow up. Keep it controlled. Drop the hips as you descend and swap hands. Yeah, last 3. Last 2. Good, get that elbow up nice and high. Last 1. Beautiful. Lower down with control onto the floor. Hands underneath the bum. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Last 1. Beautiful. And that is it. You are done. So in this position here, if you've got more time, do another 3 rounds of that core, okay? So we are done with our 45 minutes today, but if you wanted another little bit of a push, just press rewind and you can do that whole last sequence. But I will be putting out a core sequence with that last little bit anyway, so check that out on YouTube and thefitnesschicks.com on my website. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have an amazing day.